Today we got one of my very favorite types of items in. It's a whole book of what I consider personal history, and it is a postcard album dating back from the early 1900s. What's really neat about it is that it's kind of colonial, British colonial in Africa. So they're very unusual postcards that we don't normally see. And this man who lived in Africa was meticulous about his album. I just love it. I'm so excited to have it. It came into the store from two sisters who said this was their dad's, and it's chock full. Look how big and fat this album is. This is the biggest postcard album that I have ever come across. And when you start off, you see all sorts of street scenes of rural and kind of city Africa. This is Dakar, and there are some stamps on the postcards. There are so many. I'm just flipping through. There are government buildings, there are natives, there are some here are in color. These are really beautiful ones in color. They show the port, they show the market, they show the native dress. This is a really good one showing the different native dress of the people at the time. Seeing the customs that they had. That's why I love it so much. It's like you really see the history of the day pictured in the day. And it goes on and on. I started counting the pages. There were something like 80 or 90 pages, and I mean, this is amazing. This is like National Geographic right at your fingertips from a person who was living there right at this time. These were all pictures that were from his time. And they go on, and then they go into, you can see the women, warriors, somebody riding a camel. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Most of them are black and white, some of them are colored. And then he's got pages and pages of the different women. And that goes on. A lot of bare breasts in this one. Keeps going. And then he has a lot of European postcards kind of in the middle towards the back. And these postcards are from people who wrote to him. He was obviously French, and someone in France would write to him, but there's also some postcards from Brussels and other areas, all from the 1900s. And some really precious. Here's Paris. They have Paris Exposition postcards. Here's a really special one. That's Lindbergh, right after he flew across from New York to Paris. So that's a really interesting one. I have another one of an architect that built one of these exposition buildings, and it's signed by him. The story just goes on, and I can't even get into all the rest of it. This has got great graphics in it. Some of these are real photo postcards. Others are, they look like lithograph postcards. So I'm just excited out of my skin about this book. I think it is so neat. If you have postcards that you're looking to sell, or photo albums, or even diaries that are historically important or interesting, I'm always looking to buy something like that. I love this kind of historical documentation in whatever kind of form, in ephemera. So please contact me.